Yes, sir.
Well, greetings. I'm Pastor Milton Wren Jr., Senior Pastor of Kingdom Builders right here in Birmingham, Alabama. What a wonderful opportunity to come into your homes, wherever you may be, just to share the gospel of Jesus Christ and to get you motivated. This is Midday Motivation, and I want you to finish strong. Tag somebody, text somebody, tell them Midday Motivation is on. Jump on now, so we can get motivated together. I want to read one verse in your hearing. Matthew chapter 1 verse 14 says, thus there were 14 generations in all from Abraham to David, 14 from David to exile to Babylon, 14 from Babylon from exile to the Messiah. Think about that. 14 generations in all from Abraham to David, 14 from David to exile to Babylon, and 14 from exile to the Messiah. And I want to talk just for a few moments about God, the long-range planner. I mean, think about that. Anytime somebody plans a wedding feast over 2,000 years ago, they don't think in the now. They think in the distant future, which should give us some encouragement that no matter where we are, what we're going through, God has already saw this, he's seen this through the eyes of time, and he's already prepared certain ways and avenues for us. There's a wonderful book out called All About Strategic Planning by Dr. Carter McNary. And he states where an organization is going over the next years, and more importantly, how they get there, will really depend on their strategic plan and how they put a plan of action in place. Listen to something he says. You must plan and develop an action plan for the reality of shifting certain circumstances. He says, and I quote, the original plan can become its own executioner when you stick to the details of shifting and adjusting when problems arise, unquote. Now, this means a lot because God has the ability to shift details without changing the goal. Can I say that again? God, he has the ability to shift details without changing the goal. Sometimes he doesn't give us all of the details. And the truth of the matter is, if God gave us all the details, most of us would say, God, that's okay. I mean, be honest. If he told you you're going to be wealthy in 2020, but you're going to have to go through losing a job during a pandemic. You're going to have to go through being sick during a pandemic. You're going to have to go through being laid off during a pandemic. Most of us would say, God, hold that. Let me just stay comfortable where I am. So sometimes God gives us the end from the beginning, but he doesn't give us the details because he knows that the enemy shows up in the details. And it's the details that sometimes cause us to want to take a detour off of the plan that he has for our lives. And when you think about your God and my God being a long-range planner, he's not concerned about what's taking place right now. He's not really concerned about the ups and downs that we go through right now because he saw it in the ends of time, and God understood whatever's going on in your life right now will not stop the plan I have for your life and what I've predestined over your life before the foundations of the world. So we have to understand he's a long-range planner. Look at what Jeremiah 29:11 says. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. God has something that's fruitful. He has something bigger. He has something better in the end. But we must walk through the details in order to get to that expected end. So look at what God does. He's a long-term planner. But don't allow, if I can give you a kingdom nugget, don't allow your current situation to rob you of your future potential. I want to say that again. Don't allow your current situation to rob you of your future potential. Don't make a permanent decision for this temporary situation. But understand this, seasons change. Some seasons are longer than the others, but seasons change. There will always be fall. There will always be winter. There will always be summer and spring. And sometimes during the fall, you've got summer days. Sometimes during the winter, you have spring-like days, temperature-wise. But understand what season you're in. But seasons don't last forever. So when you're in a good season, embrace it. When you're in a bad season, look for yourself to come out. Because God is a long-range planner, and he's planned your end from the beginning. So no matter where you are, you're going to get through this. If you're in a good place, enjoy. If you're in a bad place, look for yourself to be coming out real soon. Here's your kingdom nugget, and I'm done right here. All of your giants, all of your fears have already been worked out before the foundations of the world. So rest, relax, and enjoy the process and the ride, because you're headed somewhere, and it's called an expected end. I love you. We're praying for you. Be blessed, and let's keep building the kingdom one person at a time. Be blessed.
Yes, sir. Everybody clap, come on. It's real simple. Listen. No one